So we thought about truth and lies about God and truth and lies about creation. The next thing we're going to talk about is what it means to be human. What are the truth and lies that we believe about ourselves? And we're thinking both about what we believe about the human race generally and what we believe about ourselves as individuals. So first of all, what are some of the lies that we can believe about ourselves as human beings, about the human race? Lie number one, and these are not necessarily the same, these may come at opposite ends of the spectrum, so you can believe in one or some or all of these. But lie number one is this, that we are nothing more than animals. And this particularly arises out of atheistic evolution. The belief that we are just here by random chance, that we're just a byproduct of our selfish genes. And so we're just highly evolved apes. And therefore, there isn't really meaning to life. There isn't any rationality. We just should pursue and enjoy our base instincts. This is going to leave us believing that we have no responsibility, no agency, no culpability when we do sin, and that goodness, that love, that kindness are meaningless as well. And just like when we believe that creation is not the result of a good and great God choosing to make a beautiful and good world, when we believe that creation is a chaotic mess, that physical matter itself is potentially evil, then just as that kind of world is frightening, that kind of identity of humanity is frightening. The second lie that we can believe about ourselves goes to the opposite extreme. It's the lie of humanism, that in effect we are gods, that what matters is that we fulfill our human potential, that life, the universe, revolves around us. That we can rival God, and of course that is the oldest lie, isn't it? That is the lie that Satan told in the garden. And those lies focus into our identity as individuals, that we can believe our own lives are random, chaotic, messy, beastly, that we can believe that we are unlovable, that we can believe that our actions have no consequences, that we have no control, no agency over anything that we do or say or think. That our lives do not matter. But also that other lie can start to take root in individuals' lives, and that creates a kind of a narcissistic view, doesn't it? That the world revolves around not just humanity, but around me personally, and that everything and everyone else exists for me. And whilst there's a kind of a clinical personality disorder, that we might identify people as specifically narcissists, that narcissistic thinking can creep into anybody's life at any point. And even a believer can start to entertain a kind of narcissistic thought. Now, we've set this in absolutes, but of course these lies may be believed in particular contexts. So I may not think that the whole world revolves around me, but I may believe that my particular workplace, or I may believe that my family's life should revolve around me and my needs. Think about when a relationship turns sour. That often happens because one or both parties is expecting the other to live for them, to meet and fulfill their needs. Think about the causes of sexual unfaithfulness, of adultery. Well, there is a narcissism there, isn't there, that thinks two things. That thinks that others, and that pleasure and sexual pleasure and relationships exist for me and my needs. And also that thought, that belief that I can get away with it, that I'm so important. That I can either excuse it or that I'm clever enough not to get caught. So there's a couple of lies that we can believe about humanity and believe about ourselves. And one of the things we want to be doing as we seek to walk alongside other believers and others that are engaging with the gospel is to reorientate their lives towards the truth. So what are some of the truths that we want to see replaced in our lives? Well, the big ones are this. First, that we are made in God's image, uniquely created. And that means that we are not mere beasts, that we have value, that we have identity, that we have purpose, that we have meaning, that we have incredible value in God's eyes, and that's where value matters. Made in God's image, but we are not God's rivals. We are God's creation. We are made to rule over and to enjoy his creation, to subdue and to fill, but we're also made to enjoy and worship him with those boundaries in place that remind us that we are not God and we're not gods. And the other truth that we need to remember is this, that we are fallen because of sin, and therefore we are fallible, we are frail, we are under judgment. The curse of death is upon us, the judgment of death is upon us. So there are a few truths and lies that we can believe about ourselves. And one of the things I'd encourage you to do as you're talking with somebody about a pastoral situation is to pick up on the lies that they're believing about themselves personally and the lies that they're believing about humanity in general. And of course, putting that into the picture of these truths and lies that we can believe about God and creation and new creation as well.